I've got computer woes. It's really bad. I don't know how to fix this. This happened yesterday at the end of the stream. If I try to open a script, it might crash OBS. It's happened now a couple times in a row. I don't know what to do. Yeah, YouTube's stuffed for that. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm hitting a memory limit. I think the encoder can't keep up. My RAM is full. Do I need to buy a new RAM? Maybe. Probably need to buy a new PC, to be honest. We're probably at that point. I didn't want to have to do this, but we have been struggling for a little while. Maybe some of my RAM is not functioning correctly. I have 16 gig. Download more RAM. Oh man, it's not great. Sorry, YouTube. 16 is not enough. I can't believe that's what we say in this world. I can't believe that's the case, but 32 is the weak spot. What should I have? 64? Oh, 32 is a sweet spot. Sorry. 64. I never thought that this was possible, that this could be an issue. 5 years ago, 16 was so much. What happened? Do we just pause what we're doing and look up PCs? I think I just need a new PC, straight up. God, they're not cheap though, man. Oh. I have a custom built PC. I could probably keep the tower, but I might need to replace the motherboard and the CPU and the GPU. That's kind of what I need. And the RAM. So it's like, at that point, why would I even... I might as well buy a new PC outright. Probably not. It might actually be cheaper. This is an issue. This is a real problem for me. The motherboard is old. The motherboard's no good. It doesn't... I can't even run Windows 11 on it because it doesn't have the security protocol. It's got it, but not the right one. Thing is, the TPM. It's got like an old version of the TPM. i9 64 gigs of RAM. Yeah. What about, do they have, I think custom system builder is what we do. New streaming PC. What do you recommend, chat? Maybe you can help me through this, just to get an idea about how much it would cost me. Because I can go and do it. I could go tomorrow and buy the components and bring them in and set them up. Like I've built a PC before. I built this PC and the one before it. So I should be fine. But you think like this thing? Why do they not have are they all i9s? They don't sell anything less than an i9 now? Is that how that works? Where's i5s and stuff? I mean, I need to save a few bucks anyway, because I don't have many bucks. All right, let's just say it's the 10th gen. 13th? 14th? Okay, so they do have newer ones. let's just see how much this costs. Oh my god. What the heck? 13th gen is off the chain, man. It's so expensive. What about if I just go like, oh, Jesus, like this? Is this a decent processor? i7. That's still a lot. 5.2 gigahertz. That's pretty. Let's just say, let's see what happens if we go like, what, i5's 4.6 gigahertz. That's not bad, but it's not great. Let's just say we were going to go with this one. Oh, I thought I might have doxed myself for a very hot second then, but no, we're all good. Can I not add this? Yeah, add this to system. That's nowhere near where I live. Don't worry about it. New motherboard. Do these matter? Do motherboards matter? Like, are they all going to basically do the same thing? Not really. Didn't think so. Let's just go with this. Intel's fine. Asus, yeah, that's looks good to me. I've got a Bluetooth adapter. Oh, hang on. This one's got DisplayPort and HDMI. I don't know if I care about DisplayPort. Oh, it's only got 2 DDR4 bays. Do they make 16 gig cards? Maybe the MSI one is better. Let's just say we wanted this one. I know it's all sold out, but let's just pretend we're gonna get this one. Graphics card. I need a new GPU so bad. This is gonna cost me so much money, man. God damn it. RTX 470. That's only RTX 3050. That's pretty reasonable. $400. Even 3060 looks fine. Let's just say we were getting this. Oh, what is this adding up to? Oh, 1200. Just for, and I haven't even had the RAM yet. Did I click on the TI? I didn't do that, did I? No. They didn't have the 3050. So you gotta get DDR5, right? You gotta get the good stuff. Oh, this is a bundle? What is this? Desktop, motherboard, desktop processor, motherboard, and the RAM. I don't think so. I just want the RAM, please. 2 16 gig cards. That's pretty cheap. Man, RAM's actually so cheap. Why haven't I been buying new RAM? I don't really need an RGB. I could get a couple of these. I could get 64 gigs of RAM for $300. Aussie bucks. Dollar reduce. Now we're looking at 14 hundos. Can I justify paying this much money? I probably won't get it much cheaper than any of this stuff, right? Either. I don't think there's going to be that much to save on. $1,400. I really wanted to get a new laptop before getting a new PC. Well, no, like this computer is 6 years old now. But we can start with the RAM upgrade. Yeah. My computer is not, it was budget hardware at the time. That's the problem. I'm running a GTX 970. I've got 16 gigs of RAM. And I've got the SSDs are good. I got good drives, but my CPU is not great either. It was an i5 from 20. It's probably like a 2016 i5, and the motherboard doesn't have TPM anyway, or whatever it's called. So like, I probably need a new motherboard. I probably need a new CPU. I probably need a new GPU. And I probably need new RAM. Well, it's impacting my workflow because it just crashed the stream 3 times in a row, trying to open. All I was trying to do was trying to open VS Code and the stream. Well, have the stream open, run VS Code, and hot reload. And I don't know what it is, but it started crashing. Like, it's the second day in a row now that it's crashed like this, and I can't afford for it to crash the stream. Oh, I can write it off for tax purposes. Yeah, I can do that. I still gotta pay the money though. Oh, my resource utilization is pretty high most of the time. Can you hear the fan? So like, 1 second. I mean, right now we're just sort of idling. We've got stuff open, but we're not doing anything, and we're at 70% memory usage. I just have I mean, obviously the stream is running, but that doesn't give me much space left. Yeah, you can watch the stream back, Luke. It'll be there for you to watch it. Yeah. OBS has been, man, I guess that's the video. It's fair. 2 stream labels. That's 200 meg. It's not too bad, but I don't know. It just is. It is what it is. Yeah, 1660. I've got a 1660 in my laptop, TI, and it's pretty good. And I think you're right. If I don't go all the way to RTX, I'll probably save a few hundred there. If I just go for something decent that's used. Probably save like maybe $200 there. The thing is though, if I'm going to invest, it's kind of like, I might as well just get something. The CPU it's okay, but honestly, I would like a bit more grunt. Yeah. I mean, the 960 is at it's at the very limit now. I can barely play Street Fighter. So right now it would be a holdover it would be like if I was to spend like maybe $600. So I just get the RAM. Oh, this is with just one of the RAM. Now it's 1500. Okay. Maybe the motherboard, I don't know if it can support DDR5. I have to check. So if I go for DDR4 RAM, a couple more sticks of that, I could get probably 16 more. Assuming my RAM is okay, I could just buy 16 gigs more RAM and just use up the other 2 bays that I've got. It's 2017. So maybe I just do a RAM upgrade and the GPU. Yeah, because I've got 2 8GB sticks. The CPU is an i5 3700, I think it's called. Let's have a look. One sec, pals. i5 7500 at 3.4 gigahertz. Yeah, i5 7500. That's the CPU. Oh, you must have seen that earlier. Oh yeah, it's already written there. Whoops, sorry. Yeah, it's not a great CPU. It's okay. Yeah. The thing that I'm a little concerned about, there are some tasks that take a long time in my day that I have to wait around for. Like when I'm doing my YouTube content, DaVinci Resolve has a feature to auto transcribe the video, and then I can use that transcription to edit the video with. That currently, for like a 3-hour video, takes 25 minutes. It takes me 25 minutes to see the transcription for my YouTube videos, for my streams. It just needs to sit there doing that process. And I can do other stuff. I can multitask while I'm doing it. Typically, I'll end the stream, start that, and then walk away and come back 25 minutes later. But it's, you know, it's like, it would be nice to not have to do that. And yeah, like editing high res footage is not really an option. So, you know, for someone whose job is streaming and video editing and game development, like you would think, you know, you don't really want to be skimping out on PC. Don't badmouth the CPU, because it'll sabotage the stream. Yeah, so I've got 2 8GB cards. Is it expensive for my region? I mean, it's not... In Australia, it's not great. The dollar's not great right now, so stuff is expensive. So I could get 2 more 8GB cards. Do I have an NVMe SSD? NVMe is the little ones, right? The little, like integrated, like not the ones that don't have the standalone. Aren't they like laptop SSDs? No, I don't have one like this. Mine is like, it's a Samsung Evo one. Like that. Faster than these ones? I got one like this. Hey, Grumble of Pugs. Thanks for the raid. Welcome. The SSD is not the bottleneck. The SSD is fine. Like, I'm not sitting around waiting for apps to open, you know? I'm not sitting around waiting for files to transfer. That's not really like the thing that I'm bottlenecked by, even if it's much faster. All right. Do I see your question? I did see your question. It's a hard one to answer because right now it's not really something that I could... It's not something that I can answer in a straightforward way because hiring a developer, it depends. It depends on the developer and the kind of game you're making. The budget would need to be settled before you... Like, you need to know the scope before you can set a budget. And different developers will set different prices. You know, like a reputable developer, I don't know, a few $100,000 if it's a big game. If it's a small game, maybe less than 100,000. Not sure. Depends on if it's like if it's a game that would take a few weeks to make. That's a different story to one that would take multiple years. Just replace the twos. Wait. So you think get two 16GB sticks of DDR4 and that should beat what I've got now? I think the RAM upgrade would be good. Anyway, let's continue what I was doing before. I'll keep it in mind and we'll just, as long as the stream doesn't crash again, I won't run out immediately and get new hardware. Pixel RGB. Well, RAM is my bottleneck right now, so it probably would help that much. My computer's crashing because it's running out of RAM. Like, I open up a new program and OBS stalls out. Did I see Luke's question? If you're studying engineering and graduation is like 2 years away, how do you get into the work field? Oh, I can't answer that one very easily. I didn't do that myself. Well, I do have Chrome open because a lot of OBS creates browser sources. Like, a lot of the things you're seeing on the stream are Chrome tabs, basically. An auto builder with 8-player lobbies. I mean, yeah, you're looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars, probably. If you want it to compete with Teamfight Tactics, yeah. Okay. So, button. Just get 256 gigs of RAM. I'll just get a terabyte of RAM, guys. What's going on right now? All right, sounds good to me. Thanks, Copilot. Maybe you have a garbage collection issue on my computer? You wouldn't download a RAM. I mean, applications manage their own garbage collection. If you're talking about like memory leaks in specific applications. You talking about my game? We're not talking about the game right now. Okay, click the button. Hey, it did it. That took one click. I mean, if there are memory leaks in certain applications, I can't. What can I do about that? It's possible. All right, let's try from the top. Hey, Kirby Bell. You know. At the moment, we're scoping for the funding demo. And I'm going to do that by basically just validating chapter 1. Just playtesting the first chapter. There's a bunch of stuff that's just broken, because it is. So I'll need to go fix that first. And then I might be able to update the actual itch demo. We'll see. I don't want to get too ambitious, but I might just go along and fix things as I work. That might be a relatively decent thing to do. Level bounds. I'm going to break some stuff by doing this. I feel bad about it, but I think it's the right thing to do. Now, why is that so dark? Oh, thank you. Gee, that's quite dark. How did that happen? Interesting. How did I break that? No, it's like two different things here. Curious. Very curious. That might be a scene fader. Nope. Could be a different scene fader though. Could be this one here. Nope. Nope. No, I haven't played Stardew in a long time. Do you want it? We're allowed to. Oh, my game's soundtrack is also playing. Oh my gosh. Somebody donated a lot of money just now. What? Excuse me? What? Thank you, person who did that? Phoenix? That's a lot of money. Thank you. What the hell? Somebody donated $170. Jesus. Thank you so much. That's an absurd thing to do. For the RAM? Jeez Louise. Okay, I guess I have to go out and buy some RAM now. Thank you. That's... What do I do? What do I do with that? I guess I go get some RAM. I'll go tomorrow morning and I'll go buy some RAM. I'll have to figure out Maybe, can you guys help me figure out what kind of RAM my motherboard can take? Maybe that's something I can do. I don't think, if the contents of system information are not sensitive, are they? You guys can see that. I don't think it's a big problem. Just take it out. It's a gigabyte MOBO, but oh yeah, baseboard product. Okay, I think I got it. I think it's this B250M. It doesn't say what the version is. I think my RAM is DDR4 at the very least. Take it out and show us. All right. I don't know if that, can I copy this? It's very annoying. B250M DH3. D3H? Did I get that wrong? D3H. Okay, it's this motherboard. So the slots for the RAM are DDR4. I'm pretty sure this is right. From memory, this is what I've got. So I should get, does it say like capacity? Maximum capacity 64 gigs total, right? Or is that, oh, maximum channels too? How does that work? Oh, is that per card? Loaded up with 16 gigs. Maximum channels too is 2 channel. That's for the paired cards. Like if I get like this black slot and this black slot need to have, yeah, pairs, 2 pairs of 32. Yeah. So I could technically put 4 16 gig cards in there or 2 32. But I couldn't put, well, there wouldn't be 4 slots if I couldn't put 4 16 gig cards in there, right? That would be crazy. But what I've got right now is 2 8 gig cards. So would it be worthwhile to put 2 16 gig cards in the gray slots? Well, in the black slots. Currently the gray ones, I think, are ones that are already occupied. The 2400 megahertz is important too. Okay. Like, is it weird to mix and match, assuming that the channels are correct? If they're different speeds, no. Even if they're in different channels? Okay. So I'll just take the 8s out. And I'll just swap them with like 232s or something. If I could afford that. So 32 gigabyte RAM stick DDR4. Oh, that's reasonable. Two x 16 gig. No, can I do 2x 32 gig? Or I could just get 4 Just get 4 16 gig sticks, right? That would be what it would be. Yeah. Okay. So I'll get like not the cheapest one, but like this, the second cheapest wine. I'll get like maybe these ones. I'll get like 2 of these. Two sets of these. Okay. I'll just go get them. I'll just go drive down to this place and get them myself tomorrow. And we'll see if I end up splurging on something else. Okay. Well, that'll be fun. Cool. Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate it. More serial numbers after that. Maybe the wrong board. It's pretty much the right board. That's basically what my board is. Even if it's more refined than that, it's fine. Avoid the RGB. All right, I won't get any RGB. RGB is faster. What if I make the RGB just red? So why is this so dark? How did we get here? I gotta just turn stuff off until it works again. That's not the UI. Wait, it's not the UI? Is it the game engine? What the hell? Well, I'll get the 64 gigs because I'll need 64 eventually, one day. How wonky my computer will be to be running a GTX 960 and 64 gigs of RAM. It might be time for a new graphics card, we'll see. Alright, what is going on? So it's not that, that's normal. Oh, it is that. What is that? Oh my goodness, is it the captions? No. But it's the canvas. It's something that's using this canvas is causing a lot of darkness in the scene. But doesn't the thing have to be inheriting the canvas? Doesn't it have to be a child of the canvas to work? Hey, Varen. I'm very confused. Like this canvas, prologue darkness is that, and that's fine. That's what I expect to happen. But the canvas here adds a whole other dark layer on top. And it's the smoke. That's very strange. How did that happen? Is it something to do with the way that it's interpreting the image? Why is this black? That's not supposed to be black. That's supposed to be clear. What? Is it like an RGB? What the heck? How did this asset suddenly go black? What is happening? Is it sRGB? No. Is it alpha source? It was this setting. Somehow this got set. I've never touched that. This asset's from like years ago. I haven't touched it. Don't know how that bit got flipped. Okay. Well, that's good that we fixed that. Jesus, I was gonna lose it then. You guys. Be nice. All right. Now what? Bugs, bugs, bugs. Target menu. On-scene loaded. Ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum, bum, bum, bum. I mean, that should be fine. We're unsubscribing correctly. So weird when you get novel bugs. Just like suddenly years later, a bug. Bum, 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 bum. Wait, this is the on-scene loaded for this. What the heck? But it wasn't destroyed somehow? Even though we unloaded this? Oh, do you know what it is? Yeah, okay, let's go on disable. This actually might be a different issue. I recently changed the way that scenes get swapped in the game. And I think I load one scene before I delete the other. Because I have a transition. Yeah. I did this. This is my fault. On destroy is fine. It's fine the way it was, but I need to make sure I unload the previous scene before I load the next one, I think. So if I go over to... Or wait a little bit. So this is happening because game system dot load scene starts a coroutine. It fades out the scene, and then after 1 second it loads the next scene in. But that's fine. I mean, like, scene manager load, that's not a big deal actually. It loads the scene the same way, right, as it normally would. I don't know. Oh, hang on a second. I don't have hot reload working, so that change wouldn't have done anything anyway. Let's see if the stream crashes. See you on the other side, pals. All right, I'll swap it back. The benefit to on disable is you can disable it and it never unsubscribes. You mean the benefit to on destroy? But we shouldn't. But then on enable, we should add it. Oh, we are adding it on enable. Oh, in that case, then it really should be like this. Disable is the opposite of enable. So. And you know what? We might have enabled it. We might have enabled it twice. So it might have actually added twice and then subtracted once, and it'll still be in the list. That's another thing we need to be careful of. Hey, it worked. Okay, well that's good. Always something. There's always something. What now, buddy? But it's public. It's a public thing. It means it's got given the instance from inside the game, and we just tested it. We were just using this. How could it be not? How is this possible? Oh, it's actually not set. Well. Alright, I guess I'll set it. This is what we have to do, pals. Fix all the broken things. I guess that's what I should be doing, unless I give it its own one. Yeah, it seems like it should be fine. Mm-hmm. Well, that works. I don't know what's happened to the sprite shape manager. Okay. Well. Oh, he's not supposed to be there. Why is he still there? Hello? Oh, because we never spoke to him last time. Fair enough, fair enough. So we go in here. We come out. He's gone. Good. That's correct. Talk to this guy. We need new portraits for these people. Gravity's changed a little bit since last time. Also, okay, let's put like, we need a to-do list for this. This is gonna take a while. Okay. New document, I guess. Actually, let's just leave that where it is and go new page. I made my own. Okay. This is funding demo to do doc. Let's just call it that. All right. Okay. Do a thing as much as I want. All right, I'm not gonna do it this way. Let's just be real for a second. Let's just be FFR. All right. So first thing is fix the. So we'll call it bugs. Fix the item spotlight. Which currently this is like on the UI layer, so it's out of sync with the game world. I actually think I could do this with a shader way better than I currently do it, so maybe replace with shader. I didn't know about shaders when I built that thing. It's a giant sprite the size of the screen that has a hole in it, and the hole is a circle that's also pixel art that gets bigger and smaller. It's like an animated thing. It's super dumb. It works, but it's dumb. Okay. Yasha bread gravity should fall faster. Okay. I'll be right back. I need to just take a break for a little bit It'll take 5 or 10. See ya in a bit. I'll play an ad as well, and that way you can support the stream for free. You don't have to do anything. Free ads, free support. Okay. Okay. What's going on? What are we bothering me about? Can we do music requests? No, unfortunately not. We don't do music requests. Why? Can I unsubscribe from Colgate Facts? Okay. You made an ad. Okay. I definitely want to add level bounds to a lot of those rooms. Can you pet the dog? You will be able to. Whoa. How can that have been destroyed? That's what I don't understand. Unless hot reload is creating some issues. You cannot pick up the chicken and jump currently. You can't pick anything up in the game. It's not to say that it won't ever happen, but I've avoided having to add that. But I could always do it. It's just I don't know if I want to yet. So what the hell, man? I'm a true Zelda fan, but I want to create my own legacy here a little bit. Can't just copy paste everything from other games. That's how I got in this position in the first place. Hey, Whale Time, thank you so much for the resub. That was a while ago and I didn't say thank you for it, so thank you. Will I be joining Pirate Software's Game Jam? No. No, I don't think so. I feel like that wouldn't be very appropriate? I don't know. That's like if your school teacher put on an art competition and then a different teacher at the school entered. I don't know. Is that weird? Is it weird that I feel like it's that way? I feel like, I don't know. We're so like, I don't know, we're so similar. I feel like it should be more of like a viewer thing. maybe that's the wrong idea. All right, so hey, Mominx. Little references I like to put in the game, but not necessarily all the time. So this thing isn't working, but I don't understand. I don't understand how this could be wrong. How the object can be deleted. This stuff is like, it's been there for a long time. I don't know why it's breaking now. Like a long time. And in this case, what it's saying is that quest toggle has been destroyed, but that, I think it's a hot reload issue. I think that the domain needs to be reset. Because there's an object that's in the scene, or there's an object that's not in the scene that's still subscribed to an event. So if I was to press play, there shouldn't be anything in memory when I start. The idea that there's something that's like still subscribed, it feels like some Unity editor jank. Yeah, see, it didn't break this time. Yeah, that's just Unity being Unity. Unity doing Unity things. Yeah. That is another thing that's really bothering me. Drop down cancels itself if you do it too quickly. This is not a bug. This is features. And then scene. It's probably not the right word for that, but sort of. We're not really like fixing the demo, although if that is a happy side effect of what we're doing right now, then that's all very good and well. But what we are doing is getting what's there playable so that when I repurpose it for the new demo, I'm not working with something that's broken to start with. Most of this stuff is fine. I think this currently, it's kind of lost these two who sing. This is all good. Yeah, there we go again. Maybe it is something that is not being subscribed. I'm going to try putting this back to on destroy. Not on enable or on awake. I just feel like maybe that's going to be a bit better. That fixed it. Okay, so now I want the cutscene camera change to work. And I probably should categorize this into two different ones. Into like absolutely necessary bugs, and then just like 2020 demo bugs. Or like bugs that affect 2024, and then just bugs that affect the demo. So like this next one is like dog cutscene camera doesn't follow dog. Is the dog inside and outside? He shouldn't be. Really? That's strange. Top of the stairs. I should just redo the stairs. They're just not very good. Or update is probably the better word. Did you see that? Oh, he's talking to us, I think. Is he? But we can't see it. Oh, that's a problem. Mm-hmm. Oh, what? Oh, he doesn't... Okay, well that's totally broken. Next. Oof. That was rough. This isn't spoiler, this is from chapter 1. I guess if you haven't played the demo. Oof. Okay. Why is this a problem? It's got a quest sequence player without a quest sequence. That's interesting. It has a quest toggle, meaning you have to have met the old man in order to enable it. Huh? So what's the error? Object reference not set to instance of object. What, required flags? I mean, that should be set to an instance of object. It's literally written right here. It's right there. So what is this? S? Because there's an event sequence? Okay. And it's checking that because there's no sequence in the sequence player. Well, there probably shouldn't be a sequence player there anyway. Let's take it away and see what happens. Oh, there used to be a sequence there. Okay, now it's back. Oh, no. Hang on a second. Milestone? Oh, it's actually gone. What? Okay. I don't know what that used to say or what the event sequence is called. How does stuff like this get broken, man? So weird. Hey, Guts, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you. I don't believe that I would have deleted it. Okay, I guess I'll write it again. Very strange. Huh. Oh. Okay. How do I stay motivated? I don't know. I like being in this world. I like making it real. I've formatted that so poorly. I did it. Okay. Now that definitely needs a level edge. Okay. Okay, well this is completely broken. In every possible way. This cutscene has given me so much grief. It's literally worse. It's literally the worst cutscene in the game. What do you build your own dialogue? Just curious, what do you build your own dialogue system there? I don't know how to answer that question. Fix combat tutorial sequence. All right, we're just gonna skip that. Do I build my own cutscene system? Yeah, my own custom dialogue system and cutscene trigger. Yeah, it's all custom. Does this work? Yep. I wonder if I can parry this. I should be able to, but I can't right now. Oh well, it still works. This does not work, this terrain. I know that for sure. So much black, man. So much just nothing. Oh, this is also a little different from how it should be visually. There should be leaves where all this black is. But I've taken that out for the most part. For a technical reason. I wonder why that's black. So it's some tooltips. Does this still work? Sort of. What about my price? I can't see what I have. There's no shimmer on this. I can't drop from that. Uh-oh. That worked pretty well. And the ledge works still. Wolverines are still reasonable. They're not fun to fight, but they work. The healing items don't really do their thing correctly. And the bees need so much work. Health doesn't update the health bar correctly. Hey, Iflat. Welcome. Iflat? Thank you so much for watching. A high pixel resolution? It's not really a high pixel resolution. It's kind of normal for games like this. There are games that are higher. Lots of games. I think I want the crows. It wasn't so bad the way they come in, but I don't like the way that they fly away. It's kind of a little weird. I don't know. I'm gonna grab some tissues. My nose is running. Oh my goodness. Okay, well this is no good. But it still plays out well enough. Armin's aggressive portrait is too aggressive right now. It's scary. I should change that. I'll put that in the list as well. This will work, but it's impossible to make it actually function. And the tutorial's wrong. This is not how you parry anymore. You'll just get stuck here forever. You missed that one. Try another. Okay, well, it doesn't work. Okie dokie. Let's go to the watchtower. Not that one. The camera in the watchtower is needs to be fixed on Armin, and the dust needs to kind of just go away. I've got to fix that one. Let me see if I can do it here. So if I go to the camera, and then go to the virtual stack, I should be able to just... What's the way to do this? I need to create a camera type that just sets its position to Armin's position, basically. Or, no. I need to remove the look ahead entirely. Okay, I think I can do this with a zone camera. Pardon me, my nose is all stuffy right now. So it only works on the x-axis. But that can't happen. Wonder why it does happen though. Oh, I did want you to fall down. How do I do this? The background does move. I think it moves. It parallaxes. At least it does in the demo. I don't know I don't know how it works now. Yeah, these things have parallax to them. So if you move along the watchtower, the trees move. We just need the camera to be locked on Armin. So what I'll do is I'll create a new kind of camera. I do have something called a follow camera though. That's interesting. Maybe I'll just use this and see what happens. How does it know what it's following? It's literally just setting its position to Armin's position. But then where is this look ahead coming in? I don't like that that even exists. If we go to like a zone camera, it has a camera and a manager. Okay. All right. Whoops. It's still doing it though, strangely. I almost want to turn off the camera altogether. Oh, so weird. So it actually we're not winning this right now. I think I need to disable this. Well, that's better. I still feel like we're going... I don't know why it's spiraling. I don't think it... Did it always do that? Sure, Turtle. The center of left-facing almond and right-facing almond is the same. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Upright. Ooh, nice roll. Out of the jump. Very good. I like that. Good stuff. That was 19 seconds, I think. Well, all right. That's looking pretty good. That's what I wanted. Yeah, that's working as expected. Though the spinning is probably not great. But I don't think I can fix that. I should be able to restrict this to just one axis. It's actually not an invisible slope. It's the scene is horizontal only, and the tower follows you, and the trees descend as you go horizontal to make it feel like you're going up, but you're not actually going up at all. So the problem is that the current appearance of the watchtower, it rotates. It every frame it sets its new position to just be like every frame it rotates in a way that, can you see here, like as we rotate around, every horizontal position relates to a frame in the animation. So when I fall down, it has to unwind. That's what it's currently doing. It doesn't seem to want to fall there. God, I put so much time into this. Well, that shouldn't be following us. That should be following the camera. You could just not fall down if you don't want to. Did that break as well? Every single scene, man. I can't win. It's breaking because the last time that I touched it, basically I built the game up to 2020. Then I changed a bunch of stuff and made a bunch of new stuff. And I didn't touch the old stuff. And a lot of how the game works now doesn't work with the old stuff. It's basically not compatible with how the game works right now. The old stuff. Okay. I can't use the cutscene camera. So I'll just make up a new one. Free camera? What is that? That's not one of mine. Call this like a... empty camera. That's it. Alrighty. That should fit in there. No? Is it not a virtual camera? Oh. Right. There we go. But then I need to set it up with the camera, plug it in. Cool. Okay, and then yay, it works. Oh no, telescope cutscene doesn't work. Does it not work all the time, or does it not work in this particular instance? Well, that tutorial loop might have to be updated significantly, but we'll see. Oh man, why does that not work? I can fix that now. I have the means to fix this right now. So why doesn't this play? We have the interest. We have the inspect telescope. Oh, hey, a telescope. Oh, and then we have this play director. This isn't really how I do it anymore. But also, I didn't set the timeline up. So like R instead. Observe R instead. Okay, that might work now. Oh my goodness. My nose is so stuffy. Also, the crows don't seem to be scared of the attack. They are screenshots of the whole scene. Oh. Something happened. Okay, not what I wanted. Sorry, pals. Sorry. So I will convert to clip track both of these. Delete the signals because they're dumb. I don't like them. I don't have any way of viewing the timeline. Where is the playhead? Ah! Okay. We broke the timeline. All right. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-boom. Okay. I mean, that's probably it. That's probably all I need to do, really. Hello. Carl. Carl from Jimmy Neutron. Is that Carl? Hey, Jimmy. That guy? Jummy. No. What you asked for was Carl from Jummy Neutron. And that's what you're going to get. Hey, Jummy. It's me. Coral. Is that Carl? Is Carl the guy with the glasses? That's right. It's Carl. He's got that Minnesotan accent. Okay. Carl is the guy with the glasses. Don't you think it's too late? Oh, do you think it's too late to start developing games at 35 plus? It's never too late. It's just about expectations, I think. I can't do this accent. I'm sorry. I'm trying real hard here. It's just coming out like Itchy and Scratchy from The Simpsons.
Hey, Poochie. You look like you have something to say. Well, do you?
Ugh. It's not too late. I think you just have to you have to be prepared for it to take a little while longer after that. A little bit like Jordan Peterson. No, that's a completely different accent altogether. That's Canadian. So do I think it's too late? No, I just think if you start, it may take you a few years before you're making something cool. And then as long as you're not like trying to turn it into your day job too soon, you know what I mean? Like you still have to be realistic about like with anything that you expect to turn into like a career. Be realistic about it. And if it's not a career, if it's just like a hobby, that's fine. Just there's no age limit for hobbies unless it's like extreme, X-bike stuff and you're 90, Physically there's no reason why you can't start.
It's a silly one, so I understand. No refund necessary. I'll still give you what you want. But it does sound like Mickey Mouse. Right, everyone? Ha, ha. I'm concerned with how much JP you must have watched to get his accent. Well, Carl's a lonely young man, and he needs advice from a real professional.
All right. So this should work. I don't know what Carl laughs like. I don't think I've watched enough Jimmy Neutron to know. That's so weird that like it just breaks. What's happening here? We've got a camera thing. I could put this on where's this main camera light? I don't think you deserve to live anymore, main camera light. I think you're gonna go the way of the dodo. I think instead we get a cutscene camera. Chuck that bad boy in there. And let's get the main Insignia camera. Throw that in there. Then in the director timeline, we chuck the cutscene camera in that. Set state? I have states for the camera? Gosh. What's wrong with me? Get out of here.
"50% of the jokes are Jimmy's mom and Carl."
Logging out of Twitch and never coming back. Well, don't you know? Running away won't solve your problems. Sprinting on all fours. What is block? I'm not gonna mess with that. I had seen quite a lot of Jordan Peterson content. Maybe when he first started, when he just started getting on the scene, I was like, oh, who's this guy? I never really I wasn't like ever a fan or anything. But I have watched a fair bit. You know, it was a dramatic thing at the time. There was a lot going on. Hot button topics, you know? You see Armin just like jumping around. Alright, is this ever gonna... Oh, stuff's happening. Hey. Okay, that was something. Foam leaking from my mouth. Alright, I need to read further up. Let's say someone is... hang on, this could be JP. This can be JP accent. Let's say someone's harassing you, saying mean things. You take a few steps back, get on all fours, and sprint towards them. They'll leave you alone after that. Make sure to have foam leaking from your mouth. Eh? Do you know, there was a point... It's the problem with Peterson, for me, you know, I can understand like the base psychology stuff. I can understand like the you know, being a clinical psychologist and having experience and having opinions and, you know, personal rights about freedom of speech, blah blah blah. I get all that. I don't necessarily agree with it, but where he loses me is where he kind of sneaks his like ethos about religion into the psychology. The like maps of meaning stuff, the like stories, everything is stories, and the Bible is made up of the core stories of life, and you should treat religion as true because the stories are true, even if they're metaphorically true. That's a different kind of true, so religion is real. That's his kind of like weird ethic thing that I don't particularly find compelling. But he slips it in a bunch of different places. There's this kind of like, I guess you would call it, what's the word? It's this like reasoning that's a little bit his own gut feeling and not really real. But he kind of like dresses it up as psychology or like philosophy even. I don't really like that stuff. You'll confuse them all. Yeah, it's a little much. If you watch his like if you watch his chat with Sam Harris, he kind of embarrasses himself a bit there. Why does it stop and not resume? And since then, it's kind of just been a bit, for me, I've just found it's just been a bit of a downward spiral in terms of like the stuff that I hear him talking about now. It's, if he wasn't, I don't know. I don't want to like upset anybody if they're into him, but I'm not particularly into him these days. it's I think it's true of a lot of I've heard this, not that I know anything about Andrew Tate, but from what I've heard of Andrew Tate, there's this thing where he'll say stuff that's decent advice, sort of, every so often. You know what I mean? It's like there is some life advice in there. Like clean your room is a good it's good advice if you have a dirty room. You know, there's nothing wrong with like a lot of that stuff, but that stuff is, you can learn that anywhere, you know. Now, why does that happen? Everything's great, and then immediately it all goes black. What if I move this back? It might fade before it starts to do the thing. I don't have any interest in hearing anything that Andrew Tate has to say, personally. Literally, basically anybody who thinks that they have the key or the answers to life in 2024, like if they've just shown up on the scene and they're promising to know anything about anything that's new that you can't read in a book somewhere, it's probably a grift. Like, oh my gosh, there's this guy, I can't stand him. Simon Sinek, I think his name is. Oh, this guy has the worst. He's such a grifter. Can't listen to a thing he says. So based. Oh my gosh. Some of this stuff, he's got this video. I've only seen one video of his, and within like 30 seconds I was like, this guy's complete. Just get out of my face. He was talking about how like millennials are like ill fit for the workforce because they expect too much. It's like, and that's their fault because of the way that they use technology. Get out of my face. Get out of here. Eckhart Tolle. I don't think I know who that is. Oh, I've seen his face before. I've heard him speak, but I don't know any of his ideas. I couldn't tell you a thing about him. But what's this book? The Power of Now? Let's have a look. Already red flags. But I mean, it's not to say that somebody can't package up good advice and sell it in a book. That's not what I'm saying. Spiritual teacher, born in Germany. Inspiring spiritual teacher. What does that mean? There are words that should just catch your ear, that you just save in the bank when you hear them. Guru. Yeah. He goes beyond religion, doctrinal guru. Wow. Awakened state of consciousness. So is it just meditation? Is it just mindfulness? The next step in human evolution. Jeez Louise. What is that even? It reminds me a little bit of The Secret. Do you guys ever remember The Secret? My mum was so into this stuff. Some people just, I don't mean to be rude to anybody who follows this, but I don't follow this. And this is my opinion. You shouldn't follow this either. It's just like you can't just take things at face. You cannot allow someone to just inject logic into your brain that doesn't, just because of words. You can't watch a video, you can't read a book and just go, these ideas feel right. Oh, 20 subs, Spiridon. Thank you so much. That's insane. Thank you. I sneezed and 20 subs came out. Yeah, I just don't with this stuff. Like, because like what's the basis for any of this, you know? Someone in the book says if you wish really, really hard, good things come to you. Okay. How do you know that? You know? How can you make that claim? It's crazy. You know? Like, you can't just... And they talk about that whenever they try to get into explanations, it's like, well, the universe is listening. Yeah, but like, how do you know that? And placebos are great, you know, like you'll feel really good if you go through life believing that there's a big safety net helping you as long as you believe. But then when something terrible happens, your only option is delusion. You just have to ignore that something bad happened or convince yourself that something bad didn't happen, which is not helpful a lot of the time. You can't just be like, well, I didn't pray hard enough. So I guess I needed to believe more in The Secret. You know? My family, the women in my family, my sisters, my mum, my auntie are all very, very into this new age stuff. I can't do it. Okay, so this thing is interesting. What is this supposed to be doing? Is it just something fading? No, it's a circle that's supposed to be scaling as well. Okay, so that's doing the... Dehydrated water. Yeah, like my sister, she believes a little bit in the like past lives stuff. She believes in like, will there be Easter eggs? Yeah, tons of them. There's so many things that she just sort of like will just they're in there, all the things. Crystals with memory? No, water with memory that you can fix with crystals. You can purify water if you run it over a crystal. Special crystal. Clinkers me up. Oh, I can't do clinkers right now, Saravati. I'm so sorry. We should have... I really have to take that away. I don't have any at the moment. Sorry, bud. I feel terrible. Swizz, would you be able to refund that to Saravati and then stop redemptions of clinkers for now until I buy some? Ah, thank you. Thank you, Lazy. Lazy is not lazy. Lazy is very good. We're so close to getting that right. I think if we make this a cut transition, we should be okay. See you, Lazy. Hey, that's good. That's much better. Okay. Well, industrious guru. Diligent guru. Okay. What about the other telescope? Well, that's also got to break, isn't it? Gosh dang it. They're going to be exactly the same. I'll fix them another time. I can't be bothered right now. And they probably are more like 2020 demo stuff. I don't know if they'll be in the... Well, let's not count them out. Let's say we might put them in. All right, next. Hey, Tony. You got a link for us? We can check out your art. Now, this is going to be quite a lot of bugs. First one, spiders. A spider. Core animator, sprite render material. Interesting. Oh, because the spider doesn't have a... Character shader manager. Spiders might not be enemies. It's shite, but here it goes. Okay. Oh, you made some music. One sec. Okay. So I really like this part. I feel like in general, again, I'll start from the top. In general, I think that your like the percussion is quite good. Like the beat's nice and the textures are really cool too, like all the different sounds that you've got coming in and out. I like the way that they're layered. I like the way that the track is structured, although it's very simple. What I really don't like is that glassy ding 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 ding. That sound, whatever that is, that little plucked thing. This, I'm not into it. I feel like it sounds like it's a bit atonal, like it's a bit off key for the rest of it. I don't know if that's the intent. It kind of I can't like wrap my ears around it, that particular sound. Because it sticks out really far, but it's sort of it's because the pitch of it isn't very clear. I kind of don't know what note it's playing. Just the tone quality of it. Whereas like once we're here, like I'm here. I can feel the groove and the rhythm. I like those synths. I like that bass. It's nice. I really like the percussion. But then once we're here again, like, ah. Yeah. That tone just isn't for me. I feel like it detracts. But I mean it'd be very easy to just replace that with a different voice, just a different voicing. Just something about it. I can understand like the goal to create a bit more like space, like to create it to add to the space by having something that's in that range, in that like sort of register. But I wouldn't go with that sound. Maybe like maybe just here and like maybe very sparingly, but I wouldn't have it as like the core of the track. I really like those very like the I don't know what you call them, pads. They're really sparkly, like space filling stuff. Yeah, sort of shimmery synthy sound with the LFO on it. And there's like those are nice too. They're like it's got great space. Yeah, it's cool. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. We go again. Like I get that it's supposed to be a little bit background. It's not supposed to be like melodic or like have like a clear structure. Hey Mark Songs. I'm just trying a context shift. I don't know if I should be really trying to fix all of these bugs now, but I should at least quantify them. So these spiders, they haven't worked for a long time because they no longer fit in with the game as far as like systems wise. They don't inherit from enemy, which means I may have to re-implement them. Just take all this code and refactor it into a different class. And that's probably for the best. Spiders and a cool synth? No. No. Spiders is part of my game. I was reviewing someone else's music before, and that was where the synth was relevant. I think I'll rebuild this scene. I think I'm going to take all the pieces and cluster them into different rooms. Like, that'll be a room, that'll be a room, that'll be a room, that'll be a room. So will this. And I'll just do it that way. It's not... I don't think it's right to have it all in one big scene. This scene is like 32 megabytes. It's 32 megabytes of just like geometry. So I think what we'll do is it might be worth revisiting this cave tile set. I don't use this anywhere anymore. I think we could get away with a 32. That'll be fun. We can do that. All right. Revisit chapter 1 dungeon. Okay. I still need to consider whether or not that actually needs to be in the chapter 1 in the funding demo. Like, all of this stuff is just stuff that's not currently working if I was to try to update the existing demo. But that doesn't mean it has to be in the demo in the new one. Though it would be good to, you know, not have to think about this stuff anymore if it was all good. Do I think I could knock this out in 1 week? Probably not. Probably not unless the tile set came really quickly. Currently, well, this would technically be using the tile set I've been working on. If I was to stick with what's in there right now, where Insignia's tile set for Orenstead is just one set. That tile set is the one that I've been using. That's this. But I don't think this is right for that space. So, you know, we could do something like, you know, let me show you something. No question, you could do this. Hello? Right, you can go down and you can head towards blue. And you get a lot of that back, a lot of that tone stuff. So if we wanted to do like a spider's den or whatever, we could probably recycle this tile set. But yeah, we'll see. Or I might just do like a variation on it. Yeah. It's something where like I I need to consider how much I'm going to do like what's the word? Whether it's like a new tile set or just internal variations on an existing one. That's kind of like what we need to consider. And I think the internal variations is probably fine. But there are also things that I want to do with like I want to bridge that scene with the Athenaeum, the library. And I think that right now, like what I had hoped to do was put a bunch of like old kind of like excavation stuff in there. There's little bits and pieces, but it's not very clear right now. Because I wanted this scene and even this scene to be bridgeable. I want you to be able to run from here back through here and there without going over the top. Which is kind of like it's just like a routing thing, just like a secret thing for later in the game. But they don't really share anything. I also would have loved to give this its own proper tile set. Right now it's just a floor. Which I guess is okay, but this whole space right now is just... It's kind of sort of a level, but sort of not, you know? It's just like a bookshelf, a column, a floor, and then the doors between. And that's the whole vibe. That's the whole place. Which maybe it doesn't have to be more than that, but I feel like there's potential there. I especially like that depth. And there's just stuff, just in all of this, that I just think I could have done a better job of. Like, the columns look nice, but this dithering for the carpet, it's kind of weird. The books, it's all so... What's the word? Not like pointillistic, but like... My current style is so much chunkier. You know, I put a bit more... Anyway, doesn't really matter. Yeah, this torch probably shouldn't be there. Or these torches shouldn't. I know. I can do this a lot better in a very short amount of time, I think. But that's the problem, is that everything can be done. Like, I still love this stuff. I think this is great. This is all great. It's beautiful. I wouldn't change it, really. Even since 2017. Like, I did it well then, and I'll keep it for the most part. Hey, Nick. Unity has its own tutorials on, I think it's learn.unity.com. You could check those out. So then comes the question of what we want the foothills to look like. If we're going to use this tile set or the one that I was doing recently. I like this a lot. I mean, it's very pretty. But it's a bit gray. Whereas I think I will use this one. Oh, not this scene, but you get the idea. Like, this is still pretty good. That all works pretty well. It's not great. You know, it's okay. Well, that's because most of the background is built for the grey, but I really do feel much more strongly about this tile set in general. The grey one, I might use it for chapter 4 or something. To me, something about it feels a little too... It's just how much stone there is. It doesn't really feel warm at all. It feels very like... I don't know. I don't know. Maybe just not what I intended, you know? Like, if anything, I feel like it should be more like, whiter, the stone? Like, more white and, like, cream colored. I mean, I really don't think that grey... It's like a blue-grey versus like a warm brown. I don't know how you can... I don't know how that works. Like, this to me feels like... Yeah, I don't know. I like it. Again, I might use it later. For like chapter 4. You find the brown cool toned. I don't know. I also think, like, if this is going to replace, like, if Armin's house, if this scene is going to replace the neighborhood scene, like, if you're going to be able to do this, I feel like this fits with that way more than it would fit with the gray. Anyway. What will be the cost of the game? I haven't decided yet. It's a bit far away. Like, this grass here is probably going to go. You like this grass? I just think it's very... It's so old. It's so old, this grass. This is from 2017, 2016. And it just doesn't live in the same world as some of this stuff, you know, when I look at it. Yeah. I like some aspects of it. I like that it gets out of the way. You like that it covers his feet? Yeah, I don't know, pals. I just feel like it's so flat, this one. I don't mind that it covers his feet, but it also feels a little bit like a missed opportunity to show his feet. I feel like that's actually kind of important in a platformer. Like I've really transitioned to showing the top edge of the surface that you're standing on for most of the game. And you know, maybe I could do something like this that's... Yeah, maybe I could do something like this that's like an equivalent of this. There's also something to be said for like not overloading the scene. Like I don't mind that this fades to black. It's not that that's bad. But like for this scene, it's probably good. But I just wouldn't draw it this way if I was to do it today. Like it would probably be closer to something like this. It wouldn't be this, but it would be closer to this. You know, maybe like a... I do have to leave soon, but I'll just give you an example of what I mean. I have in the past very confidently said that I wouldn't be going back and changing all the graphics to chapter 1. Yeah, the problem with the vignette, the problem with it, like it's good for scenes like this, where it's just the ground, but I feel like it's such a missed opportunity in scenes like this to do more space, more place building rather than space. Like this is, it's okay. I don't really like the design anymore of the level, but in terms of like just the visual appearance, it's fine, it's good. I mean, I still love these. I still like them a lot, but I want to be able to have more landmarks in these spaces, and it's hard to put them in when the noise ratio is so high and there's so much of the space kind of like, I don't know, it just feels it feels like I'm like, even the rocks here, like, man, I just could do this so much better today. Even if I was just going for the exact same vibe, I could do this so much better, I think. Yeah. I kind of was hoping to come back to this stuff maybe like at the end of the game. Not now. But yeah. How would I do this? Maybe use the vignetting idea to my own advantage inside the tile set. Thank you. Hey, Gen B. My general advice is always start small. Make something really, really small that probably even feels too easy, if that's possible. If there's something that's so easy that you're like, oh, I can't do that. That's too boring. Do that. And then the next thing is like pick, if you have like a game in mind that you want to make, like something that's like important, that's like the reason you want to make games, don't do that second. Instead, pick a part of that that you think is important, like a feature of that game, and then make a really, really small game that implements that feature. So like, say you want to make an RPG, pick a dialogue system and make a dialogue system. And make a game like maybe like a very simple like dating sim, right? So that you've got some experience building some of those kinds of systems without worrying too much about like the scope of the game getting in the way. Like if it's just a simple, even like jam scale game, then you can focus on just building the thing that you need to learn and like getting acquainted with that kind of like scale, or like that kind of like, you know, the techniques and the trials and tribulations, and that'll give you more context on designing the thing that you really want to make. Hey, Varcroft. Saludos, Mayo. Welcome. Night's been well. Yeah. Have I seen or played games by Vanillaware? No, I haven't. No worries, Jen. Best of luck. So, what do you guys think about something like this? I feel like it accomplishes the same sort of vibe as this, while being a lot more just nice to look at, personally. Specifically for a scene like this. Can we get a side-by-side? Yeah, I'll get you one. Let me take a screenshot. This is only a couple of minutes though, so don't get too judgmental. Depends on what your plan is for the strip of green at his feet. Well, it shouldn't be looking like you're running on hedges. I guess for me, like what this is supposed to be is a neighborhood, this scene. And the neighborhood has a lot of like overgrown grass, but like the path that you're walking on is well worn. So it shouldn't be like it shouldn't be too unkempt on the plane where Armin is, because it's like, this is where people walk every day. So that's the idea. I still feel like this is probably too verdant. It's probably too green for the space. But I do like where it's going. And I'd probably also like, I'd put like roots in it and more interesting stuff. Or maybe even just like, I don't know, some like cuter elements. Like maybe I could put little animals in here or whatever. Well, we'll see. I don't know. That's the thing. Like I've got some parts that are a bit brown, and that helps do this. But I mean, we can also scale down all of the colors. Do something like that. Well, the background art, I'm happy with my strategy there, and I want to do way more of it and do a better job of it still. The trouble with the foreground art is that it's always been too loud for the background. That's why I'm sort of going for this more like painterly, less high contrast, like less noisy style for this, because I want the background to be able to have, a say as well. What I really care about is like the whole scene. That's how it is. So like this feels, there are lessons here that I've learned that lets me do this, and I have reasons why for example, why I keep the flat clear for the player to walk on, stuff like that. For his sitting animation, it'll work this way. Maybe the green is a little too green. Maybe we would just desaturate it a little bit. I don't know. It's just so hard for me to look at a scene like this these days. I don't know. I honestly can't tell you if it's just like me being, you know, a fuddy-duddy or like not liking my own work anymore or something like that. But I don't know. I mean, this would be relatively easy to put in place. This would be quite easy. I mean, I do have emotional attachments to some of the other parts of it too. Like, it's not like I just hate it. But I'm trying to be objective about it. I don't know. It's because, and this is the thing with all of my work, right? Not just with the pixel art, but everything. There's a degree to which you kind of get to a point where you make progress in one area, and then you try to make progress in a different area that is adjacent to the first one, and then you get stuck, and you're like, why am I stuck? And you realize it's because the thing that you did first is now prohibiting the thing that you're doing second, just by virtue of like not being designed together. And you realize that like, oh, these things I've been doing are incompatible with each other. And you look at some other game that does something slightly different and it's like, oh, they did it so much better than me. Like, they understood the assignment and I didn't quite get it. Even this darkest color, like, man, I would probably not even pick that. I'd probably take that and go like more like this. Maybe that's doesn't fit the overall thing. Or I could add another color. This could be a little darker still. Oh, it's so close though. Wait, what? Huh? Oh, interesting. Just straining my eyes a little. It's straining my eyes a lot. Cool. So yeah, like something like this I think would be, you know, a perfectly good fit. Not that house. I always get that wrong. Old Armin, get out of here. Oh geez, that's not something I should have done. Yeah. The door and the grass looks too similar. I don't know if I feel that way. The door and the grass, this and this. You're confusing one for the other? What do you... I like the fact that they're similar. It kind of like aligns the house with the scene. It's like nature. Maybe I should do a bit more thinking about like larger, closer elements. So right now, like where I'm at here, so let's back up. All we're talking about is a strategy for if we were to reapproach this particular tile set. That's all this is a question about. I don't think like anyway, the door isn't important. You leave the door, you don't go into it. Once you leave the door, you're trying to go into the game. You don't need to go back into it at any point. Pretty much at any point. Anyway, I wouldn't not draw the grass this way just because the door is green. Do you know what I mean? That feels a bit backwards. And I probably wouldn't change the door color just because the grass is green either. I might make the door open a little bit, you know, make it animate or do something interesting if that was a problem, but I wouldn't assume it would be a problem for players unless they had like difficulties with it in playtesting. So as a strategy, that would be the idea. And then the question would come down to like, okay, what kind of variations do we add in here to make it feel more lived in? Like, yeah, do we add rocks and roots and like the grass is isometric on a 2D plane? You have to be clearer than that, I think. I'm not following. I know I sound so defensive right now. I'm sorry that I feel that I sound that way. I quite like it overall for something I just did in 20, or it's not 20 minutes now. Where did the time go just then? What the heck? I literally just, what the heck? It was 6:18 2 minutes ago. How is it 6:37? I just looked at the clock and it was 6:18. I just looked at it. All right, I gotta go. I feel really bad. Cryptiday's gonna be upset with me. Okay. Orenstead Grass 2 tile set. Okay. It's getting there. I need to give it a bit of variation, and then I would give it, like, yeah, we'll work it out. For something that took less than an hour, that's pretty good. And then I would just do the slopes, and I would make sure it was only something that could live on the bottom, and I might soften off some of this contrast. All right, pals. Thank you. No raid today. That's been the stream. If you like my content, you should check out my my YouTube channel if you're on Twitch, and if you're on YouTube, you go check out my Twitch channel. for whatever reason. I don't know. You're all here. You're all watching it. You can check out my Patreon. That's a cool thing. Patreon.com/AdamCUnis for the YouTubers. It'll be in the description. That's it. As always, I've been Adam. You've been the Pixel Pals. This has been the IndieTales Game Dev live stream. Until next time.